So right now we're starting layer 3 of the iceberg, which is the first layer for this video. New projects. I think this entry is referring to The Haunted Chocolatier, a new game that Concerned Ape will release sometime in 2026, which is very, very far away from the publishing of this video. Iridium Crobus. The Iridium Crobus is a very, 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 very rare piece of decorative furniture. It cannot be sold, but it could be obtained by fishing in the ocean from the southernmost point of Cindersap Forest, near the sewers. Crop Fairy. The Crop Fairy is a random event that happens at night. So if the player goes to bed, a cutscene will show a small fairy flying towards a patch of growing plants, which applies the magic that speeds up the plants or makes them grow instantly. And this is pretty rare and random, so yeah. Secret Stash. So the Secret Stash happens when you're at the 6 Heart event with Pierre, the manager of the general store in town, which competes with Jojo Mart, which has recently moved into Stardew Valley. So once you enter his room during the 6 Heart event, he lets you take a look at his secret stash, and if you say you won't tell anyone else, he will be happy, but if you tell him to show his wife, Caroline, who's the mother of Abigail, you will get minus 500 respect from him, and he will not be friends with you anymore. Super Zoo Story. So Super Zoo Story is a game that generated a lot of controversy for being a bit too similar to Stardew Valley and other JRPGs like Stardew Valley. And somehow Concerned Ape has either not sued them, or I haven't heard of them suing them yet, but let me know in the comments. I mean, there's just like a thing for Reddit users that are like, actually, Zoo Story is infringing on Stardew Valley's copyright by quote-unquote copying his game mechanics. So Shane is an NPC in Stardew Valley whose whole personality is based on, well, you know, being depressed. He is very much an alcoholic and spends most of his time in the saloon. He is probably one of the only characters who enjoys beer. But I haven't tried his 6 Heart event yet, so I'm not really sure. Secret Note 11. So Secret Note 11 is a secret note that is very important because instead of having written text, it shows a picture of what is presumed to be Shane's daughter or another person's daughter, but nobody knows why because of course it doesn't tell on the picture, but it looks like Shane or Marnie. Wada approves. So this entry is referring to the fact that the creator of Harvest Moon, which was a very big inspiration for Stardew Valley, creator Wada something. Sorry to all you Japanese and Harvest Moon fans, but so he approved of Stardew Valley because it possibly might have taken assets and or mechanics from, Harvest Moon, as one does with a Japanese JRPG based on farming. But he approved it, and it has become a staple of the PC Gamer magazine ever since. Ferngill Republic. So the Ferngill Republic is the republic in which Stardew Valley is located. It is indicated by the town's medic being approved by the Ferngill Republic Department of Health. I don't know what this entry is referring to because I couldn't find any information for it on the wiki, and so far this has led me to believe that this is some obscure glitch found by some player on Stardew Valley, and it hasn't spread that far. 18x. I think what this is referring to is that some people have managed to figure out how to get 18x instead of the maximum 15x at the Egg Festival event in the game. Garbage hat. This entry is referring to the garbage hat that you could get from opening trash cans in fall or summer. Out of bounds glitch. There are several glitches you can perform to get out of bounds, like when you get to a quote-unquote loading border and you use a tool or weapon that moves you forward by one tile, and going over that border results in you being able to access some unavailable areas of the game. Gotoro Empire War. So the Gotoro Empire War is the war that the Ferngill Republic, which we discussed earlier, and the Gotoro Empire, which are the enemy, are fighting against the Ferngill Empire. This could be seen in game when the traveling merchant tells you that he smuggled most of the items he sells from the Empire, as well as Harvey comparing Gotoro Empire and Ferngill Republic fighter planes in his bedroom. Rain noises. So what I think this entry is referring to is the strange noises that you could hear while it's raining. Some people speculate that it's just something weird related to the wizard. Others have concocted theories that there might be whales or mermaids that are making this sound. Santa Claus. So yeah, this entry just refers to Santa Claus appearing during the wintertime and being a random event that could happen. And I think the person who made this iceberg probably misspelled this entry. Summit. So the summit is a location that is only achieved at perfection, does not appear on the map. If you try to go into it using the sword swing glitch, there'll be another cutscene with Mr. Key instead. 2012 demo. So before 2016, when the game was released, Eric Barone, aka Concerned Ape, was working as an usher for the University of Washington Tacoma Paramount Theater in Seattle, and he did this as a fan project. So Stardew, not being an usher, so he did that as a fan project because he thought the Harvest Moon games he always liked were falling off, and he then originally copied some ideas from Animal Crossing, Rune Factory, and Minecraft, and of course Terraria, which by the way is used in a very, very special Easter egg that will probably reach on next. And he also used pixel art because he liked it. And his first demo was released in September 2012. It's also very rare, as I had to find information on this on Wikipedia. So here you go. Gleaner Heights. So Gleaner Heights is yet another ripoff of Stardew Valley, which is also probably based on Harvest Moon, and it is actually disguised as a horror game. So this isn't the one Jay Schlatt was referring to on that stream back in 2015, but it is something similar to that, and it's basically a Stardew Valley, but remove most of the cute stuff and add a bunch of horror aspects. And yeah, I think you should check it out. Josh House. So, what I think this entry is referring to is Josh, who was the prototype name for the NPC Alex. Though I don't know what the Josh House part refers to. Maybe it was just a bit of code in the game or like a file in the game that indicated that he had a house. I mean, I don't know anything past that. So, more on that later. Always bet green. So, this is a gambling one, probably the first one on the Iceberg. So, if this refers to always betting on green on the carnival wheel, so you just need to bet 160 on green to beat the Stardew Valley Fair trick, which is how you get a lot of money, and people have been known for doing this, and the RNG for this is pretty easy. Factors Challenge. Factors Challenge is a challenge given by an NPC named Hector, and the challenge is that you have to survive and beat the Journey of the Prairie King video game without dying. Simple as that. And finally, for our last entry of Tier 3, Haley's Super Cucumber. So I'm gonna try to keep this PG, just like Drake said it, but what this entry is referring to is just a very, very sus sounding quest that you have to bring Haley a super cucumber, and if you bring her one as a male farmer, she would be pretty angry at you. However, as the sign says, if you bring it to her as a girl, she'll be pretty happy with it, as it's a you know thing, if you know what I mean. Kent's PTSD. So this character called Kent has PTSD when he hears popping popcorn because he served in the war, and it reminds him of like the guns and stuff. Alien capsule. The alien capsule is, as you know, an alien capsule. which in rare occasions a shadow creature can get out of and, escape on your farm. Animals can be killed. So your farm animals can actually be killed, and I'm sorry for you vegans and pacifists, but that is part of life and the game. They're actually used for quite a lot of bundles and could be a good food source. And for our last entry of the video, Wilted Bouquet. So the Withered Rose is an item in Stardew Valley that makes you lose a lot of hearts with your bachelor or bachelorette that you give the item to, and that's basically the purpose of the item. It has no other in-game purpose unless it's a decoration, but the NPC's reactions to it are kind of tame. So anyways, I hope you enjoyed the Iceberg. Part 3 will be coming out later this month or early to late November, and it will probably be filled with more content than this. And Supercut will be released sometime early to mid next year, so also wait for that, and please like and subscribe. Peace out.